Hello and welcome. I am Gimba Umar. Tonight, Rivers State Tribunal submits white paper, orders Attorney General of the state to initiate prosecution of former Governor Rotimi Amaechi for allegedly misappropriating 97 billion naira. Tribunal decides on Buruji Kashamu's senatorial seat, orders election rerun in 110 polling units in Ogun East within 90 days. The National Hajj Commission of Nigeria confirms that 99 Nigerian pilgrims died during the stampede in Mina, Saudi Arabia. And Syrian crisis gets complex as United States withdraws training of rebel groups there.
And in business news tonight, Royal Dutch Shell asks ship owners exporting its Nigerian oil to sign a letter of comfort, LOC, to guarantee it's not stolen.
And on sports news tonight, Sepp Blatter appeals against his 90-day ban from football's world governing body, FIFA.
We begin tonight with a white paper gas deal indicting former governor of Rivers State, Rotimi Amaechi. The panel that investigated the former governor submitted its report to Governor Nyesom Wike, recommending the prosecution of the former governor for allegedly misappropriating the sum of 97 billion naira. However, the leader of the All Progressives Congress, the APC in the state, and former chief of staff, Rivers State, Glory Eme, while reacting to the development, expressed the view that the sale of the gas turbines was the right thing to do. Our correspondent Emmanuel Ore reports.
Following the 30-day sitting of the Justice Judge Amaechi-led Judicial Panel of Inquiry to investigate the sale of Rivers State valued assets and the presentation of its findings, members of the State Executive Council are here to present the white paper to journalists in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital.
Commission finds that the entire transaction for the sale of the 70% equity of First Independent Power Plant by Rivers State government under the former administration led by Chief Rotimi Amaechi lacked transparency. Government therefore accepts this finding and directs the office of the Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice to prosecute all persons who were involved in the transactions in violation of the provisions of the Public Procurement Law No. 4 of 2008 without complying with the requisite due process and global best practices with respect to the sale of such valued assets.
First of all, I approve.
But a leader of the All Progressives Congress in the state believes the sale of the gas turbines was the right thing to do.
I was part and parcel of those who initiated the gas turbine. And when we did it, we did not appreciate that we can just produce energy and we cannot evacuate it, because we didn't know to what extent NEPA, or Power Holding of Nigeria as they were called at that time, their capacity to evacuate what Rivers State government is able to produce from the gas turbine. So as a business person representing the people of Rivers State, Amaechi was at liberty to appreciate that this gas turbine is no longer useful to our people. It's no longer producing the required end result.
For the Commissioner of Housing, the issues of illegality cannot be swept under the carpet.
Considering the illegality surrounding the withdrawals, the former governor of Rivers State, Chief Rotimi Amaechi, should be held to account for the withdrawals and default thereof. That the former secretary to the Rivers State government, George Faye, should be made to refund the sums of 4 billion naira withdrawn on 20th February 2014, the sum of 400 million naira withdrawn on 21st March 2014.
Some say the fallout of the report of the Judicial Panel of Inquiry is expected to produce more controversy in the coming days. Emmanuel Ere, Channels Television News.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has tendered the comprehensive voters register used for the Rivers State governorship elections to disprove the petition filed by the All Progressives Congress, APC, and its candidate at the Rivers State governorship election petition tribunal. At the resumed hearing of the petition filed by the APC governorship candidate, Mr. Dakuko Peterside, the PDP tendered additional accreditation incident forms for wards in different local government areas of the state to substantiate the victory of Governor Nyesom Wike. The party further announced its plans to present witnesses before the tribunal at the next adjourned date.
In continuation of its defense at the Rivers State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja, the People's Democratic Party presented additional documents to prove their case. Tendering the voters' registers and accreditation incident forms used for the April 11 governorship election, counsel to the PDP explains that the presentation of the documents became necessary in view of the fact that both manual accreditation and card readers were used during the governorship election. The PDP counsel noted that the comprehensive voters' register tendered by the party indicate that the governorship election did take place under a peaceful atmosphere.
Today was a continuation of the tendering of the documents for the third respondent. You know, we opened our case yesterday. We brought so many documents yesterday, incident report forms, where they said that there were use of card readers malfunctioned. We brought to show how many people that use card readers, the ones that malfunctioned. Today we also brought, in addition to the incident report forms, we brought voters registers for about 9 local government areas.
Lawyer to the petitioners again objected to the admission of the documents, but told the tribunal that he will state his reasons when presenting his final address.
The way you make your case, you're not by producing mountains of documents, but it's by bringing documents that would assist your case. So when you see you are in some trouble, you want to look for strategies to confuse. And I think what they are doing is not really for the purpose of establishing their case, but obviously to let the world know that yes, we have documents. But that's not the essence, is of bringing documents to a trial. So I do not see how those documents can in any way, assist them.
Chairman of the tribunal, Justice Suleiman Ambrosa, admitted all the documents tendered by the PDP and adjourned the matter to Monday the 12th of October for the continuation of the defense of Governor Nyesom Wike's election.
In the meantime, the Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, has ordered a fresh conduct of the senatorial elections in 110 polling units in Ogun State. Following the earlier election, Mr. Boroji Kashamu of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, was declared winner of the poll. Delivering his judgment, the tribunal chairman, Toby Ebowe, held that the election in these units was marred by irregularities and non-compliance with electoral laws. Mr. Kashamu's election was challenged by the All Progressives Congress, which fielded Mr. Dakpo Abiodun against him in the senatorial contest. Although no date has been fixed for the fresh election, the tribunal chairman directed that the exercise should hold within 90 days, pending the outcome of the poll. Mr. Kashamu remains the senator representing Ogun East. The tribunal also called for fresh elections into the House of Representatives for Ijebu East, Ijebu North and Ogun West side, Waterside, won by Mr. Adekoya Adeshegun, also of the PDP. And moving to Anambra State, the National Assembly Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Awka, the state capital, has ordered Senator Uche Ekwunife as winner of the March 28 Anambra Central Senatorial election. Justice Nai Aganaba, who read the over 2 hours judgment, held that the petitioner, Victor Ume, of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, and his party failed to establish their case, which was based on allegations of manipulation and incorrect figures, from which Senator Ekwunife was declared winner of the senatorial election. The court also struck out the relief sought by Ms. Ume, urging the court to declare him winner on the grounds that he got the highest number of lawful votes cast. Senator Ekwunife commended the judiciary saying that the judgment reflected the wishes of the people. More stories. The Akwa Ibom State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal has reserved judgment in the petition filed by the All Progressives Congress and its governorship candidate, Mr. Umana, challenging the victory of the governor, Emmanuel Udom, at the April 11 elections in the state. The chairman of the tribunal, Justice Sadiq Umar, reserved ruling following the conclusion of the hearing on the petition. At the adoption of the final brief, Governor Udom asked the tribunal to dismiss the petition for lack of merit. Our correspondent, Amaechi, reports.
After a 2 weeks recess, the Akwa Ibom State Governorship Election Tribunal resumed to adopt the final arguments of the parties. The courtroom witnessed a large turnout of supporters of each party gathered to show their solidarity. Lawyer to the petitioner, Mr. Wale Oladipekun, SAN, asked the tribunal to nullify the election on the grounds that the petitioner had proven beyond reasonable doubt that the governorship election was not properly conducted.
We put in all our very best in the prosecution of our client's case. We leave the rest to the tribunal to decide.
But the governor, through his lawyer, argued that the petitioner failed to establish his fact. He said that the petitioner gave evidence in less than 50 units out of over 2,000 polling units in the state.
The law says you have to prove polling units by polling units. And that is the crux of our submission. They have not proved that requirement of the law. They have not made that requirement of the law. And when you do not meet that requirement of the law, Supreme Court, since so many authorities say, your petition has to be dismissed. And that's the very final points that we made to the tribunal.
Counsel to the Independent National Electoral Commission claimed that the election body had complied with all court orders, which should enable the tribunal to do justice to the case.
Clearly, the responsibility now belongs to the distinguished judges to write the judgment, but we think that we have placed before them all the materials necessary to make a determination that election duly took place.
No date has been set by the tribunal for the judgment. However, following the conclusion of their arguments, both parties will know where the pendulum will swing not later than October 29, 2015. Amaka Okafu, Channels Television News.
In part two, after the break, Vice President Professor Osinbajo on a 3-day visit to South Africa, plus the Nigerian Economic Summit Group holds in Abuja next week. I'll be joined on the news at 10 by Dr. Abiodun Adedipe, the Chairman, Central Organizing Committee of the NESG. Join us.